I think Wendy's is going to be good. Wendy's is good. I liked it the last time we had it. Look at their menu. They got the bourbon bacon cheeseburger. Dave Single. That's what you got the last time. It was good. View our menu. Combos. Dave Single. Baconator, Asiago Ranch Chicken Club or whatever. Fired up chicken sandwich combo. Look at this one, Mom. Fired up chicken sandwich. Biscuits. I ain't had a biscuit since Tennessee. They got biscuits at Wendy's, though. You don't got to go to school? Because every day I have to go to school to get myself a biscuit, was the thing down in Tennessee. Sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. And I wasn't on free lunch. My dad paid for my lunch. And actually, I paid for my lunch because I worked with Bob Lord, and I paid my dad $40 back then. I worked in the field, and they stole my money out of my pocket. This was over 15 years ago. I worked in the field one time, eh? My dad used to pay the $2 lunch for me or whatever for 1 year. For 1 year in London or in Linden, Tennessee. For 1 year in Linden, he paid for $2 a lunch or whatever. So I ended up paying like 40 or 50 at the end of it. I did some work in the fields. Dad don't own that property no more. He lost it. He wasn't much of a family guy. He was just one of them greedy bikers. They don't make it too far. They make it about this far, eh? Greedy bikers. The province of Ontario is famous. We don't very much appreciate greedy bikers. Very famous in Ontario. Even my dad got kicked out of Ontario because he was one of these bikers. He fell for all the pressure. He was always outside doing so much stupid stuff. The police always had him in their hands. And then he thought it was the police, but no, it's you. You're not at home. You're riding around on your motorcycle. So that's what happened. He always hung out with the wrong people, and they took advantage of him, and he lost a lot of money. Same thing happened with a lot of people. That's why I don't hang out with anybody. I learned a long time, even inviting somebody over to your house for a sip of coffee, it opens up a whole new can of worms because you invited that person in. Now they're entitled to certain rights as a human being and all that, which if you're not there, if you're not ready to care for them like they're your next of kin or whatever, I wouldn't bring them in your house. That's what I learned, because you'll never hear the end of it for years. There was this kid before they legalized marijuana in London. All I did was I used to buy he used to come over to my house and sell me a couple grams of marijuana. It took 12 years to get rid of that kid. His name was Walkerton Bertasson or something like that. Walker Bertasson. He was like this homosexual kid. He wouldn't stop coming to my house and wanting to suck my penis and all that. I said, hey, please, man, can you please stop coming to my house? Hey, man, will you pull your pants down so I can suck on your wiener? Like, he was this weird kid, but. And all I was doing was buying a couple of grams of. And you know what? I used to call him up. When I first met him, I would call him up and say, hey, you got a couple of grams or whatever. Next thing you know, he was showing up at my house uninvited. And that was a big pet peeve of mine. So once we seen that or whatever, that kid lost my support 100%. It was my big pet peeve. It was like friends could come over, But, like, I would have to call you or text you or something for you to come over. But then I started to see, no, it doesn't work like that. Once they think you're their friend or whatever, they come right in your house. They invite other people over. There's all types of frauds. So watch who you invite over to your home, including Barack Obama or Joe Biden. My most successful times, yeah, Barack was the president, but I didn't even mind Barack. Didn't think of him at all. The whole reason I came back to Canada was to get away from that ideology. And I still like Barack, but I just don't think about him. I don't invite him into my house. He's another man. Some people were all into Barack, like he was their father or something, but he isn't. He's the president. Your father cares a lot more than you do, than the president. The president, he's with a whole different group of people. It's good for business if you go down and they go up. His brothers or whatever, right? Same with Donald. He's got his own family. He doesn't give a goddamn about me. He's never sent me no money. I'm a direct relation to the guy, and I never got a fucking penny from him. I don't even have a social security number. Don't fall for it. He's a scammer. Scammers, fraudsters. Fraudsters in office. I mean, the reason why you're not doing good because you're getting frauded by the government. Yeah. That's how they did in the Nazis. It's if you allow the government to fraud you, they kill you. And they do it in the United States. If you go search up United States Nazi history, they've been doing it since Nazi Germany. See, look. It's nothing against the United States or the people. It's the government, so watch out for it. If they can get you, everyone thinks, oh, no, you want to be with the government, do everything. No. The government's this entity that will eat you alive. And I always knew that. And a lot of people didn't. And that's why I get to sit back and laugh when they starve or when they die or whatever, because they fell for the government pressure. And the government is just like Nazis. And there's Barack Obama. He was much like Adolf Hitler of our generation, and they were greedy sons of bitches, the U.S. I mean, they made Adolf kill himself. Ava Braun, she's related to the Braun shavers. What, at McDonald's? Yeah, they have that in Orlando. McPizza. Yeah, like Germany had a lot of really nice technologies. Ava Braun was related to the Braun company so they just robbed them. And then there's the Braun. So do you agree with the criminal nature of the robbery? If you do, then you're going to get robbed in all that, because the robbers are at the top of the top, and as soon as you agree with them, then you get robbed or whatever. I've seen it on Martin SHKRELI. It went from one day I was this normal guy in Canada that was doing all right for myself. Hopped on Martin. Next thing you know, it was a big government hit. I was getting contacts from this person, that person. They were saying I was like, what? Yeah, Martin SHKRELI. So watch it. It's all a big government hit. As soon as you even like them or whatever, they start hitting you. Even Martin got hit. You know why? Because white people are not supposed to be friends with black people or whatever. There's a real racist thing, and there's Wu-Tang Clan, and they threw Martin. I mean, if you want to be a gay boy and go to jail for 7 years, then do that. Because I'm not gay and I don't go to jail, but Martin does. He went to prison he's still in prison. This nigga RZA's laughing at him. Niggas are getting their dicks sucked. Like, Martin's just a faggot. He'll never make it. Never, ever. Ever in this whole entire world, he'll never make it. Because that's 7 years in prison, you're still not out. You'll never make it, kiddo. You're just going to be like this webcam loser. He's not going to have any money or not. They'll probably get him wrapped up on more charges. He'll probably either get shot in the street, he'll get wrapped up on more charges, is my theory. Something like that. You just won't see any more. He wasn't even sick. He used to eat chunky beef noodle soup on the camera. Chunky beef noodle soup, or whatever the fuck. He was that poor. Okay? I was eating whatever I wanted in the city. Steak sandwich and fries, and he was eating beef chunky.